Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel ForexPnL, where we focus on making big profits and small losses. Today is Tuesday, it's 10:53 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's time for me to do this week's midweek Forex forecast. And we have quite a significant number of currency pairs to take a look at. So I would like for us to, just go ahead and kick things off. Now, first of all, I would like to take a look at the economical calendar to see what we have in stock. Tomorrow, Wednesday morning, you can see that we have significant fundamentals scheduled on the calendar. Interest rate from the Canadian axis and also interest rates from the United States axis. All right. And just make sure that you're paying attention to these fundamentals. Also, tomorrow around 4:45 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the CPI release from the New Zealand axis. So tomorrow we have some significant fundamentals in the calendar. So I would say you be careful as you place your trades and keep this at the back of your mind. All right. Okay, so without any further delays, guys, let's go into the charts and see exactly what we have from the technical perspective. Now, taking a look at US dollar Swiss francs, you can see here we have price deep into this particular demand zone that I have identified. Okay, so you can see this demand zone that was formed as a result of this break of structure right here. So we have now price has now retraced into that demand zone, and you can see we are bouncing off of it slowly but surely. But again, this is Asian section. I don't like to trade bounces off of in the Asian session. So what I would love to see right now is I'm going into London. If the bulls can come into this market with momentum in London, all right, I wouldn't mind looking for a buy opportunity in this particular currency pair, knowing fully well that I would love this to just be open for a few hours at maximum, because we have the interest rate from the United States axis tomorrow. So I would like to see price give me a bounce off of this particular area for another push to the upside, at least for a possible retest of this previous swing high right around 0.9200 institutional price level. I mean, price can go beyond, but this is going to be a key level that I'll be keeping an eye on should I take any potential positions in this particular currency pair. All right, so yes, that's what I'm seeing here. This is looking nice demand zone. Price has dipped in, and we are bouncing slowly but surely. Okay, so let's see if momentum kicks in the London session that is going to be coming up in a few hours. All right, so that's pretty much it for US dollar Swiss francs. Bounce off of demand zone for further continuations to the upside. All right, now well, in EurUsd, we have almost the opposite setup. This is the hourly time frame. As you can see, we have now broken below that channel, and price is now pulling back to retest that channel from below, right around here, right around 1300 institutional price level, which in my opinion I now expect that area to work as resistance. Should we zoom in, we will also notice that we have some form of tiny supply zone in this area. 1 second, we have a tiny supply zone in this area that, oops, what is going on? 1 second, guys. We have a tiny supply zone in this area right here. Okay, and price has actually now pulled into that supply zone area, retesting the trend line from below, the trend line of that falling channel from below, right around 1300 institutional price level. So from here, I would not be surprised if the London market opens and we get a significant push to the downside. That would be a high quality setup, in my own opinion, for a potential push again to retest previous swing lows at least. Again, be careful, because this is a United States dollar pair, and price can easily, range for a while because of the interest rates decision that we are waiting on for tomorrow. So be careful as you take these trades. This should be some quick in and out trades, even to be closed before, let's say, the US markets tomorrow. Okay, now next up is going to be Australian dollar Swiss francs. Not much from a 4 hours perspective. You can see how this market is really looking nice, in my opinion, for further continuations to the downside. We got a clear break of this level of structure. As you can see here, you can see these areas that were working as some support. Price gave us a little hesitation, and then in momentum you can see how we pushed to the downside, taking off those levels, creating this supply zone. And you can see, well, upon first attack, okay, price gave us a nice rejection off of that supply zone, and we are slowly but surely approaching that area again. So what I would love to see now in Australian dollar US dollar is for price to give me maybe another retest of that area, maybe right around 0.7175 area. If from right around there any bounces to the downside, I'll be looking for an opportunity to go short for further continuations to the downside. All right, now that's it for Australian dollar, US dollar. Next up, New Zealand US dollar. What do we have here? Again, quite similar to the Australian dollar, US dollar setup, but in this case, I'm keeping an eye on right around, let's say, 0.6700 area. What I would love to see in this currency pair again is for price to give me maybe another push to the upside into this supply zone. We've gotten a little retest right around here, but I would love to see price give me that push to the upside into that supply zone. From there, if we do get bounces, chances are we are going to get another nice push to the downside. Okay, so these pairs are looking more bearish than bullish at the moment. Now, next up, British pounds and US dollar. What do we have here? Again, very nice setup. You can see price is bouncing off of the demand zone that we had mapped out from the weekly Forex forecast, and right now we are, it looks like we are heading towards that 4-hour supply zone. Okay, so what I would love to see in this pair is for price to give me maybe another push to the upside into this supply zone that I had mapped out in here, maybe right around 135.50 area. If we get that retracement into that area, any bounces from here, I'll be looking for an opportunity to go short for further continuations to the downside. All right, I'm more bearish again than bullish. Now in the event that, let's say, we begin to get nice push to the upside, breaking above this supply zone, then I'm going to start looking for bullish opportunities upon pullbacks. Okay, that's going to be my game plan in British pounds, US dollar. Okay, but for right now, I am more bearish. Markets are making lower highs and lower lows, so there's no need to be looking for buy opportunities at this point. Okay, so retrace the supply zone, bounces to the downside in the direction of the trend, I'll be looking for continuation trades. Now, next up is going to be US dollar, Canadian dollar. US dollar, Canadian dollar. Again, if you guys remember, I told you from the weekly Forex forecast, I told you guys that I'm going to be bearish as long as this pair remains below 12700. Now, earlier in the week, we got a very nice push to the upside, okay, giving us almost a perfect bounce off of 12700. And right now, again, this supply zone is still holding, but again, I'm more bullish, at least at this particular point, than bearish. Okay, because if you zoom into the 4 hours time frame, it's almost like we are seeing a nice trend reversal pattern from right around here. It seems as if price has found support off of 124.50 area. Second attack, we did not break that level, and from there they were now forming higher highs and higher lows in the markets, taking out levels of structure in our charts and creating demand zones in the process. Okay, so what I would love to see in this pair right now, as we are retracing, okay, I would love to see price give me a dip into this particular demand zone. Maybe if we retest of 125.75 level, anywhere from right around here, if we get another bounce, I will be looking for an opportunity to go long for further continuations to the upside. Keep in mind that we have fundamentals coming out for US dollar and Canadian dollar in the form of interest rates tomorrow. So obviously, if this happens anytime from now till that interest rate decision, I am not going to be taking this trade. Okay, now next up, US dollar, Japanese yen. I don't really have anything here, so I'm not going to waste your time. You can see price is pretty much, just ranging. We are not going anywhere, so I would not waste your time there. Next up, British pounds and Japanese yen. Again, looking very nice. We can see very nice supply zones that are forming on our charts as a result of breaks of level of structure. Okay, and right now you can see prices now retesting that supply zone. So, well, this one is looking good. Maybe another push to the upside. From here, any bounces to the downside, I'll be looking for opportunities to go short for further continuations to the downside. All right. Again, British pounds and Swiss francs. What do we have here? I'm also keeping an eye on this particular level right here. Okay. Well, in this particular case, looking more bearish, to be completely honest. What I would love to see is for price to give me a push into the supply zone. If we get that, okay, anywhere from right around, let's say 124.50 level, any bounces to the downside, I'll be looking for opportunities to go short. In my opinion, this is a high quality trade. Look at the quality of this particular supply zone. So in my opinion, should we get bounces to the downside from, let's say, 124.50, any bounces, I'm going to be looking for an opportunity to go shorts for further continuations to the downside. Right now, next one is Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. Again, just like the British pound, Japanese yen currency pair that we took an eye on right now. I'm seeing a nice supply zone. Price has retested, not the biggest of ranges in my own opinion, to be honest. We have been, retesting that particular supply zone for a while now, but nonetheless, this is still a supply zone. So maybe a push into the supply zone, maybe towards 90.50 institutional price level, anywhere from right around there. Any bounces to the downside, we might see price again turn around for further continuations to the downside. All right, next up is Euro New Zealand dollar. Now for Euro New Zealand dollar, not much. As you can see here, we have this nice demand zone in the 4 hours time frame, leading to the break of this level of structure. Price has pulled back. Okay, again, not a large range the way that I would love it, but as you can see here, that level continues to hold. Keeping an eye on this is still valid. We will get a push to the downside. If that happens into this demand zone, anywhere right around there, I'll be looking for an opportunity to go long for further continuations to the upside. Keep in mind, I don't like the size of this retracement. Okay, so it's either we get maybe a nice a deeper retracement, let's say towards the bottom, right around 1.6850 institutional price level, and then from here, that's the kind of setup I would prefer, at least to give me a deeper retracement into this particular demand zone for further continuations to the upside. All right, now next up is going to be Australian dollar Swiss francs. This is one that I'm keeping an eye on actively for tomorrow. Should not be really impacted much by the fundamentals. Okay, this is Australian dollar and Swiss francs, so I'm really keeping an eye on this. You can see that we had this particular supply zone in here that led to the break of all these levels of structure that we have in here. All right, so right now we've gotten a retracement into the supply zone, and from here you can see that price is finding some resistance. Okay, in that particular supply zone. So what I'm waiting for right now is very simple. From here, maybe a little push again to the upside or a push to the downside, and then from here, any bounces, I'll be looking for an opportunity to go short for further continuations to the downside. I'm keeping a close eye on this one, and let's see how that goes. Next up, Canadian dollar, Swiss francs, Japanese yen. All right, so in this particular currency pair, I have two levels. First of all, this is the 4 hours time frame. This is the 4 hour supply zone. Price has given us a nice push to the downside with a break of this level of structure and forming this supply zone in the process. Okay, so should we get price to pull into the supply zone, any bounces from here, I'll be looking for an opportunity to go short for further continuations to the downside. Now, at this particular moment, also in this currency pair, we also have a very nice supply zone in the hourly time frame, and you can see price has just retested that supply zone, and you can see we are slowly getting some rejections off of that particular supply zone. So this is what I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on as we go into the London session. If from here, let's say we begin to get clear bounces to the downside, all right, I'll be looking for opportunities to go short for further continuations to the downside. All right, so that's it for Swiss francs, Japanese yen. Next up is going to be Euro pounds. Okay, now for Euro pounds, in the 4 hours time frame, as you can see here, we have clearly a nice demand zone in here. Okay, you can see the clear break of this particular level of resistance. Okay, on our chart, this level of structure that created this demand zone in the 4 hours time frame. Price has now given us a pullback into that particular demand zone, and you can see we are slowly bouncing from that area. Personally, what I would love to see now is for maybe price to give me another nice push into this demand zone right around the London session, and then from here, any bounces to the upside, I'll be looking for an opportunity to go long in this pair for further continuations to the upside. This is also another very nice quality setup that I'm going to be keeping an eye on as we go into this week. All right, now the last but not the least is going to be Australian dollar, Japanese yen, and in this particular currency pair, just like the other yen crosses that we analyzed, you can see right now price gave us this nice supply zone, and price is dipping in and slowly but surely finding resistance in that particular supply zone. So I would not be surprised if from here price gives us let's say a nice bounce to the downside, and from here we might get another nice push to the downside. All right, so those are all the currency pairs that are giving me a structural level at this particular point, based on the moves that we've gotten from earlier in the week on Monday and Tuesday. So let's see how it goes. A lot of currency pairs, as you guys know, I like to breeze through the midweek forex forecast. I don't want to waste your time, making a very long video, so I like to keep it short, if possible less than 15 minutes. All right, and hopefully we've kept to that particular time. and hopefully you also gained some value from this video. If you did, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell so that you will always get notifications whenever I make a video. And I'll also appreciate your comments, okay, in the comment section. Cheers and have a profitable week ahead. Bye bye.